Hey, what's up everybody? This is Josh Shezzy. Just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos. Feel free to share, feel free to repost. If you feel like these videos will be beneficial to anyone that you may know, feel free to tag them in this video, send a mass message, however you want to share this information, because I believe that the information I'm going to share in this video and the previous videos I've done have been inspired by God. But before I start this video, I'm going to do a quick recap of the first video I did within this series called False Hopes in Relationships. In that video, I go in depth with information discussing how many of us are in relationships where we're producing a false hope. A hope is something that most people gravitate to, because with a hope there's information that says there's something guaranteed that comes with this. Many of us are presenting a false hope in relationships with no commitment, with no guarantee to the end. So if you want more information to understand what I really was talking about in false hopes in relationships, feel free to check out that video. But today's video is called Manipulation in Relationships. Let's get right into it. Manipulation by definition is to manage or influence skillfully, especially in an unfair manner. Basically, if someone is manipulating, or manipulation at its core is someone who subconsciously or consciously endeavors to manage or to influence using their specific skills in an unfair manner. Many of us are in relationships right now where we either are the ones manipulating or we're the one being manipulated. And so we've come to a place to where each person, male and female, is trying to become the dominant force in a relationship. They want to become the dictator, and they use their skills whether through words, whether through actions, whether through flirting, whether through whatever. They've mastered these skills through experiences, learn how to manipulate men and learn how to manipulate women. Let's get deeper. Satan and the demons all want to inspire us to be or to compromise our pure nature, not pure nature, but to compromise good to become evil. They know that if I can produce a mass of people into environments where these environments incubate their insecurities, incubate their vulnerabilities, incubate their weaknesses, then through those insecurities, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities, these individuals will use whatever they're skillfully to do to manipulate, all to use what they're manipulating to benefit their deprived state, to benefit, in other words, their lust, to benefit their pride, to benefit their ego. So he knows that if I can incubate a mass group of people to be resources of lust, to be resources of pride, they're using what's inside of them to skillfully control others, then I can deteriorate relationships. Relationships at their core, whether through friendships, relationships, family-to-family relationships, and what I'm talking about now as far as relationships that lead to marriage, the foundations for those to last are love, commitment, faithfulness, and trust, and also honesty. If we are using our insecurities, or what Satan loves to do is to inspire us through demons to use our insecurities and our voids, allow those things to scream out of us to destroy the foundations of marriage or destroy the foundation of relationship. So usually when somebody is manipulating, manipulation is like a silk screen. It's like a diversion. It's a distraction. It's distracting or diverting another person from seeing the truth. Many people have to understand that relationships are built on foundations such as honesty, such as trust. And manipulation is saying, I'm going to use my skill sets, wherever I'm good at, to divert you or to distract you from seeing what I'm really trying to get out of this. We have to get this right, because all of our insecurities and our voids and our deprived state is destroying so many relationships, because each and every one of us is trying to become that dominant, controlling force over each other. We're supposed to be mutual. Relationships is a mutual agreement, not something that's dominated by control. Your mind is like this. This is what manipulation, or those who endeavor to manipulate you in far as relationships or whatever, is they use your mind. I'm going to get deeper as far as mind control. Your mind is separated into 6 compartments. You have your thoughts, you have your memories, you have ideas, you have perceptions, you have knowledge, and you have emotions. Within those 6 components, formulate your mind. Now, A person that's manipulative or has been inspired demonically to manipulate, to manage you, or influence you will target certain components in your mind. Usually with men, like I said earlier, men are more manipulative through words because women receive words more than actions. Words trigger them. Words of affection, words of abuse, they both trigger a woman to receive a connection. So men usually, if I endeavor to control a woman or manage or influence a woman, I use my words in such tones that will either abuse her to keep her at a certain level, or to show words of affection to build her up to only gratify my selfish needs. Men know that if I want to dominate or manage or influence a woman, I will use abusive language to let her know I am the dominant force, overly elevate in my role in the relationship to dominate the weaker vessel. Not weaker in stature, but weaker as far as built and whatever. So I use my words in an abusive manner to keep her there. And I use threatening languages, or not me, I'm just saying men use threatening languages to try to keep the women bound. Because also Satan knows that if I bring women into manipulative relationships with men, I use a woman's insecurities or voids, or, well, I don't look that good, or insecurities. I use those things to help her or to lure her to stay connected to a manipulative man. See how the cycle goes? And so also let's flip it. Women are most manipulative through their actions because men are visual creatures. Actions trigger us the most. So a woman will come into a relationship and try to dominate the man with her sexual body, or with her body in a sexual manner. Because the vagina is probably the most controlling force, that's extreme, but controlling thing when it comes to a relationship. Because a man is built through visual, through connection, through actions. So if I can deprive the man or manipulate the man certain needs that he have in the context of a marriage or a relationship, I can destroy that man, or I can keep him, I can manage him. And they use these things through the context of those 6 components of our mind. They love to say words or do actions that trigger thoughts. And when those thoughts are triggered, like when people play games in relationships, or playing hard to get, or a woman becomes manipulative playing games by playing hard to get, not answering phone calls, leaving the man thinking, oh, has she found somebody else? Or has she moved on? And those thoughts will start programming or triggering different memories of previous relationships that has bound him. Then that gives that person ideas to try to get connection with that girl, to try to gravitate to her because, you know what, I miss her, or my soul tie with her is so connected that she is now in control, having him producing ideas to try to even get back with her, and also distorting his perceptions, distorting his knowledge, distorting his emotions, having these emotions imbalanced. Now that man is managed by that woman's manipulative skills. Men knows that abusive words can trigger a woman's thoughts, can trigger her memories, can alter her ideas, can alter her perceptions, can destroy her or unbalance her emotions. The devil knows that if I can use dominant forces within the context of relationships to keep fueling or to keep depressing or suppressing those insecurities in us, leaving those holes open, then you'll have people getting damaged more and damaged more. Think to yourself, are you in a manipulative relationship? Are you the one manipulating a relationship? Are you using your skills? Are you using your non-verbal and verbal skills to manage or influence others? Are you being demonically inspired? We have to ask ourselves. We have to really look within our relationships and say, is this relationship that's leading towards marriage, is it built on the foundation of love? Is it built on the foundation of trust or honesty? Because if I endeavor to manipulate you just to have you in my life, I am the devil's advocate. I am his source I am his avenue or channel to destroy another person's life. Let's look into our lives today and say, am I being manipulative, or am I manipulating someone else in the context of a relationship? Thank you for watching my video. I have more information regarding this, but for those who don't know, I wrote a book called Unplugged. Feel free to get your copy at Amazon.com. Type in my name, Joshua Ezzy. Thank you so much for watching my video. Be blessed.